Good afternoon or evening, Speed Gaming 3, as the case may be, and welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer main tournament group stage. We've got a great match for you today. It is the first match in Group Y, otherwise known as the Group of Death. We will be having sab0tender, amazingly, as a 4th seed against Tso15, the number 1 seed. I'm Drosy. I'm joined here by Smirk JD in his first tournament commentary. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking, Drosy. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to this race. These are both favorite runners of mine, and they're both extremely good, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, this whole group is crazy. We have Tso as the 1st seed, and you can see sab0tender as the 4th seed, which already tells you how crazy strong this group is. Our number 2 seed is Andy, and our number 3 seed is 1UP. So
yeah, this group is fire.
Yeah. I honestly don't have any idea which 2 runners will survive it.
No idea. It could be anybody. Just the caliber of these runners. I don't know if you tried any of the qualifiers, but I definitely did, and it's incredibly hard. The way that these guys can do this, make it seem so easy, it's incredible to me. So I'm just excited to see it all.
Yeah, Tso really romped through the quals, and Sabo was on the bubble until the very final qual when he posted a good enough time to, get a score in the mid-80s, which was enough to comfortably get him into the 4th quartile.
Right.
And we should be going any second. Here we are. And all Uncle says it's high. Hey, at least we got bombs for escape. Always nice to see. Hopefully that means that Uncle's not just going to give us more bombs. And
But the bombs there, at least... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just Tso did a very quick map check. I think I saw a 5-6 crystal on Hera and regular crystals on the other 2.
That's always nice when the Light World dungeons are 5-6 crystals.
Definitely. You want to see pendants in the Dark World and hope you never have to touch them.
Yep. But those early bombs are really nice, even if, especially if they don't get bomb star from Uncle, because it'll give them that back room access in the back of Escape.
Well, we got a hammer opening, which we've been seeing quite a few of this tournament, both in the quals and in the group matches so far. It's a really nice opening to have. Powerful weapon, same damage as Tempered, just has a really small hitbox. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this escape all goes. You think we'll find anything in here? You think we're going to have to wait until Kakariko to get anything more?
Oh, man. Let's make predictions already, huh? Let's see. Back of Escape's going to have a sword. What about you? What do you think?
I'm feeling like we might find one of the canes somewhere in Escape.
Ooh.
Hey, what do you know? A map in the map chest.
At least they don't have to worry about it being the sanctuary chest. I always forget that one and check it, and it's a map.
Yeah. No, it's a good exercise in keeping count, which can be really tough in places, especially, you spend several minutes in a dungeon and you're like, okay, did I get all the items here? Can I stop skipping checking chests? Just like we know that there has to be a small key in either Zelda's cell or Dark Cross.
Right. That bottle is nice. Once they get to Kakariko, they'll be able to check the sick kid on the way and not have to try to remember about it later.
Definitely.
I'm hoping for a nice seat for the runners. I know that they can handle extremely difficult ones, but I'm hoping for like an early flute so they don't have to go back for that as well. the 300 back in Zelda Cell. That's always nice to have as well. Hopefully they reach the Zora money in time.
Yeah, it definitely gets you well on your way. You're not worried about paying bottle vendor. If you can't find any more bombs in CAC, you have to buy them. No big deal.
And yeah, I just wanted to remind the people, like in case there's anybody new that's watching, that this is the standard hard mode, which means that they cannot get anything above a temperate sword, the fire shield. They don't get any male upgrades at all, and the maximum amount of hearts is 14.
And no silver arrows.
And no silver arrows. Thanks, I forgot that one.
Hey, you covered most of it. But while we're watching these runners do now the getting to the back, well, the sewers and then the back of escape, we do have a prediction in chat. How many trackable items between the 10 checks in Blind's Hut and Kakariko Well?
And we already have people rooting for a pet seed.
That prediction will come later, if it looks like it's at all possible. And there's the small key that we knew had to be vanilla and dark cross because it wasn't anywhere before there.
So I see sab0tender sprite is Silva from Secret of Mana. What is Tso's sprite?
Some sort of fox, but I don't know beyond that if it's just like Star Fox.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, good thing we got those bombs.
Yep. Oh, was that gloves in that first chest?
Ah, thank you, Chad. It's apparently a Gretzko.
A Gretzko, okay.
Yeah, so we got
see that.
We got the power glove, a heart container, and more bombs. And the power glove, it's really nice that we had the bombs to get in there because the way to drop into the back of escape requires the glove. So
yeah.
If we hadn't been able to do that, we'd have to go all the way back through.
Wow, yeah. And it's also 2 of the 3 pieces to the puzzle towards Dark World, so Dark World access.
So it looks like T-Show is going to go up and check Bush Crab and Tree Pull and Lumberjack. And Sabo's skipping it for the time being.
It's always interesting to me to see the differences in players when, one decides to do it, one decides not to.
Ooh, and T-Show wiped out the Bush Crab. Guess we won't find that out. Okay, Lumberjack's dead, just some bombs there. Now Sabo's showing us in hard item pool, it's often advisable to skip pieces of heart because when you max them out, they just turn into green rupees. And if you wait to max them out, you might get a 4th piece of heart at some opportune point later in the game, which will then give you a full life refill. Okay, what do we have in Blind's Hut now?
Here's the exciting part. I always love getting to Kakariko.
Another piece of heart.
There's a sword.
Okay, that's...
Oh, a green 20. What do you think that was?
That at this point would have to be a male upgrade, but we're not actually tracking it. It doesn't count as a trackable item.
Yeah, that's right. It would have to be because they don't have a bow or shield and only one sword. So it has to be a melee upgrade. You're right.
Yeah, and we're nowhere near maxing out heart containers either. Once you max out heart containers, then the green 20s come fast and furious.
And a shovel.
Shovel is trackable. Might not lead to anything, but it's trackable. Oh,
Whoa.
and the Titan's mitts.
That. Okay, so even if they hadn't been able to get to the back of the escape, at least the other pair of gloves were there. So it wouldn't have been too far out. But it's nice that they got the shovel there because the shovel digging spot is close by. But at this point, I suspect that they're really wanting to find that moon pearl just to be completely safe from having to do aggro.
Definitely. The only thing that would force Aga at this point, though, there's the Master Sword, so we're now a
Awesome.
lamp away from Aga access. But the only thing that would force Aga at this point is if Moon Pearl is on Pyramid Ledge or locked by something on Pyramid Ledge. And Sabo realizing that with that hammer and the powder, he can check Magic Bat right now, so let's do it.
I wonder if Tso will do the same thing.
But that was a false lead. We just got a lot of money, though that is Zora money, and Zora's in logic with that glove. Not that the game cares about money. There was a seed earlier this afternoon where Zora had progression and the seed just wasn't giving money.
That's what. But yeah, that's already enough money for pretty much the rest of the game at this point. Almost, not quite, but because they've already paid off the bottle vendor, so it's just Pod, Zora, and the digging game and the chess game.
Yeah, digging game, you usually make your money back.
Very true.
Okay, library's dead, just a big 20.
I cannot see that. Did you see that?
No, what the heck was Sabo doing? Trying to just, like, not show us what was there?
He's like, I want to see it, but I don't want anybody else to see it. I didn't catch it on So's either.
But I guess neither of them wanted it. And that shovel's a dead end, too. So that's 2 out of 3 fetch quests out of the way and worthless.
But fortunately, they were nearby. They didn't have to like come back to these spots to check them. So at least there's that. Full heart container. I'm always happy to see those heart containers and heart pieces for heart item pool, just because that's the only way to get tankier in this mode.
So next Big check spot, mini Moldorm Cave, another 5.
I'm hoping this is pretty wild. I feel like this is the new hype cave.
Yeah, it does, on average, tend to be a bit more hype than Hype Cave.
Well, so far.
Second bottle.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a little better.
Hey, that's a nice way to finish this loop, especially since we don't have the Moon Pearl, so we wouldn't be able to do Waterfall Cave otherwise. So I'm sure Sabo, if he's not busy getting wrecked by crows, will, and I expect the same of Tisho, continue over to Ice Rod Cave and then swim and do our flippers checks.
Oh, Tisho looks like he's jumping right in. So
Wow. Gonna
I don't know if
skip
this
Ice.
is considered diversion or not, but
Depends if there's something in Ice Rod Cave.
just a piece of heart.
And Lake Hylia Island is a dud, so no need to come back there.
Just another big 20 on Hobo.
Yeah, though I fully expect Sabo to not orphan Hobo. He's indeed going up there.
Yeah.
Sabo's been known to get in trouble in the past when he's accidentally orphaned locations.
Sounds a lot like me. They crisscrossed each other there swimming.
Yeah, so I guess Tisho does want to check out Ice Rod Cave. I wonder. I have a hard time believing that's faster. It just seems like a bit more swimming.
Yeah,
When
I
you-
don't know. That's interesting. It's something we'll have to like time one day to see. Because I mean,
Yeah.
swimming is technically faster than walking, right? But with all like the
No,
jumping
I mean
and
you don't have the boots certainly.
right.
At the moment, though, I'd say most of Sabo's lead is simply due to not checking Lumberjack.
Yeah, I think the majority of that time difference is from Lumberjack.
Hey, and there's an Ice Rod in Waterfall Cave. That's one thing we won't be hunting.
That's always nice to get early on. I mean, it is and it isn't, but and the Waterfall Fairy herself was giving us bees. Did you see if that was a golden bee? And what was on that Zora ledge?
Let's see what. Didn't look like a golden bee from what Tisho just got. Chat's thinking Zora Ledge is vanilla.
See what Zora himself has today. Just some bombs, some really expensive bombs.
I mean, I'm sure each of those bombs, you know, the fuse was hand sewn into it, and
Especially designed.
Something you want to use on a special occasion.
Ah, okay, but they're also wet. So
okay, Sabo going to Saha and Eastern. Well, not sure about Eastern. He doesn't have a lamp or a bow, so he may just do Saha and I don't know what else. There's always Agena, but we are running out of locations.
pretty tight. I see a moon pearl somewhere. Probably back here, to be honest, if not at Eastern.
Well, not there. So yeah, statistically, Eastern's the most likely place for it to be. Otherwise, it's down to Agena and Pyramid Ledge, and we still don't have a lamp. And if we did have a lamp to put Aga in logic, that would also put 2 checks on Death Mountain in logic.
Ah, very true.
And Tso finding out we have a green pendant pod. That was a swag fairy grab by Sabo as he went through the door.
There it is.
Yay. And Sabo is thinking about whether he wants to just nope out at this point and go to Dark World, but he's decided to continue. We'll see what Tso decides at that.
Yeah, I saw that momentary pause there after getting that moon pearl. It's like, do I want to go now or do I want to keep going? It's always a tough call when coming to this dungeon early on, especially when you don't know if you can clear it. Well, it's unlikely that you can clear it.
And Tso also continues on, so they will still be pacing each other here. Big key in logic puts the big chest in logic. I mean, could be the God Eastern. If both of the next 2 chests have items, then we know the vanilla big key chest and Armos have the map and the compass, and we don't need to worry about it until we come back to get the crystal.
Very true. Though I suspect these guys definitely know how to do those dark rooms. So, I mean, they could go all the way to the big key chest without fear.
Right, but that's time consuming, and sometimes you gamble it.
Right, and that which would be an out of logic chest. So, it is the compass in the big chest. So,
yeah. So Sabo is going to spend the time to go and check the vanilla big key chest again. We'll see if Tso does the same. Yeah, Tso's gonna skip that chest. Could be a good time savings. That'll put him ahead of sab0tender if there's nothing in the chest. If there is a good item we've just gotten out of logic, that's probably the last place Tso is gonna check.
yeah, this will be interesting. Let's see what's in here. Bombos.
So we may or may not need that. That could be big if we wind up needing bombos. And there's our Dark World check.
The pendant TR in Skull Woods, right?
Yeah, and the 5/6 crystal was on Meyer.
Okay. That bombos is scary. It could be the way into Ice Palace. If TR is required, or it could be Meyer access.
And there's a Cane of Burna now, and a flute. A lot of blue things here.
Yeah, High Cane was actually decently hyped this time.
Yeah, I wonder if either of the runners will go to the Meyer area since we've just been handed the flute and already have the gloves. The mitts, rather.
Right. Yeah, flip splits. I suspect they'll check these well, I don't know, they can go all the way through since they have those mitts into Thieves Town area and Skull Woods.
Yeah, okay, Stumpy's worthless, but... Oh, where is Sabo going? Is he gonna check Pendant Pod?
What? This is interesting. I like it.
No, is he checking Pyramid?
Yeah, I mean, Pyramid Ledge Catfish.
That's gutsy with so many things open. I mean, maybe he's feeling lucky after that bombos? I don't know. Because he can't even proceed around, he doesn't have the hook shot, so he's literally doing this for 2 checks.
Just bombs there on the Pyramid Ledge. Well, I mean, he could come back down and then proceed into pod, I guess.
No, he's going to Catfish. I don't think he's going to walk all the way back to pod after doing Catfish.
Well, he's making a Catfish gamble.
I'm just amazed. This is a heavy gamble. We'll have to ask him about it afterwards. Meanwhile, Tso with the mitts, which you don't usually have coming up from Hype Cave the first time, is just circling around and doing the Smith chain. Not a routing you usually see, but he's taking good advantage of what items he has.
Yeah. Nothing in the hammer text check, and Catfish is just a piece of heart, so... But looks like that save and quit. Somebody in the chat mentioned Pyramid Catfish Flute, so that looks like what he's doing here. Ooh.
Gotta go fast.
Boots. So we'll see how long it takes Sabo to reach those boots. I've noticed that boots tends to give, you know, an advantage. The longer you have it and the other doesn't,
yeah, that's
game.
Since they were in the brewery, the big question is, will he do it before Thieves Town?
Right.
Because yeah, I'm sure activate the flute, go through the portal. I know those are his next moves. But then
it certainly is nice to go through Thieves Town with the boots. So if he does Thieves Town before it, he might be hitting himself in the head a little bit. Just like, why didn't I check this first?
Yeah, definitely. And I like to make the 3 checks in Village of Outcasts before going into Thieves Town, just to hopefully have an extra item or 2 to do Thieves Town with. But I know some runners will only do chest game. Some runners do chest game and brewery, but not C-shaped house.
Right. Yeah, unless I have everything I need, the hammer, the boots, things like that. I will check those 3 as well, because there's been so many times where I found the hook shot or the boots or the hammer in one of those 3 neighboring checks, and that just makes Thieves Town so much faster.
Okay, so Sabo's opening Thieves Town.
Oh no, he's going in.
No. He'll feel silly when he gets those boots as soon as he comes out.
Dang.
But it is a full clearable crystal. Whoa, another medallion.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with his play. It's one of those things where we know the boots are right there and how much the boots can help with Thieves Town.
Absolutely, especially with all the conveyor belt rooms.
Oh yeah.
There's our 3rd bottle from the Smiths. I don't know how you smith up blue goo. Green goo, sorry.
It's like Tso's headed up the mountain. He's sequence breaking just the old man cave. But the rest
another kind of unorthodox routing. It's out of logic. He can only get 2 checks out of it if you don't count Spec Rock, which he can't actually collect what's on top of it. The second check is what's inside.
Right.
And he does have a full clearable crystal dungeon at his disposal, as Sabo's doing.
Right. And Sabo did find the half magic in Thieves Town as well, which is certainly handy.
Yeah, so we've actually gotten 2 items here. We got Ether and half magic.
Right, yeah, Ether was also there.
Okay, so now Tso's gonna finish up Vu and go into Thieves Town.
I like that you said "voo." So we'll get to see how much time Tso can gain on sab0tender with the boots in Thieves Town, but sab0tender's already headed back down. So I've always been curious about how much time you make up using the boots here.
Yeah, it'll definitely make up some, that's for sure. And Sabo still has to do the basement, which, again, Tisha will have the advantage of boots.
Go.
Powdering an anti-fairy on a conveyor belt.
With fire snakes and things flying around. Compass back there.
Okay, I forget already what was in the attic. Did we get our third? Yeah, it must have been our third item because the small key is locked in the big chest, and Blind will have our fourth item.
Yes. Yeah, I apologize if I'm saying, is it Tso or Tso or Tso? I asked him while I was watching him once, and the way he explained it, I thought it was just Tso, but
Okay, sab0tender nicely on script for the first two phases of Blind. And flawless fight. For a vanilla reward. The T is silent is just so?
Okay, so it's just Tso.
Like Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling.
And a cape, which gives us access to Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, that could be bad. Okay, Sabo is not immediately doing Bumper Ledge, though again, you know, these hammer pegs would be faster if he just got the boots out of the brewery first.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was afraid he was going to walk all the way to Bumper Ledge before
Before checking the boots.
Getting the boots. But yeah, we can see how much time So made up here that he's just on Blind right now.
Yeah, it's quite significant.
And now Sabo will get a rude awakening of, he could have had these 5 minutes ago.
I wish I could see his reaction right now.
So now, especially being able to go fast, oh, he's gonna pick up the Smith. Or do the dig game first, since you can't do that with the Smith in tow. And then I wonder, I mean, that cape, and you're right there, I would be checking Bumper Ledge, especially having now found the boots and knowing I can get around quickly. We'll see how So handles it.
Yeah, he's getting his cape here, so we'll see where it goes. Skullwoods was just a pendant, so I'm wondering if they'll take any dip in there at all, or they'll just skip it altogether.
You know the meme that Pendant Skullwoods always has progression.
I mean, every Skullwood pendant I've played has had it, so... And it looks like So is going for it, so...
Oh, and Sabo already saving and quitting out. So I guess he's planning on delivering the Smith and then going back to the Dark World?
That's what it looks like. I wonder if he'll also grab the purple chest. Oh, he's taking the world tour with...
I mean, he has the flute. He can go back whenever he wants, but
Right.
it makes sense with a Sank Star to do King's Tomb. So already did that.
I didn't see how many items So has found in Skull Woods, but it looks like he went to the back to grab a key. Oh no, he doesn't have a key. You just checked the... Okay, well that's one item.
Okay, Sabo back to CAC. I'm really wondering which of these runners... Oh, French Vanilla Fire Rod.
Wow.
But we
Okay.
know that Moth doesn't have an item and would only be required if there's something on PED.
Yeah. So, because that's both items out of Skull Woods already.
And Turtle Rock... Turtle Rock is also a pendant, so there's no guarantee that we'll actually need that Fire Rod.
Now, it could pay off for So, and if he never goes back to Eastern, he does still have a way into Ice Palace.
And that's just a shield on Bumper Ledge for all that. Yeah, the good thing about finding that Fire Rod for Tso is since he's clearly not going to get Bombos, he will need it for ice.
And that looks like where Sabo's, they're both going right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
And with no Cane of Samaria, we are going to have to do an IPBJ just like Mom used to make.
I like that.
Well, I figured it sounds like PB&J, right?
Right? Ice Palace, peanut butter, and jelly. I like it.
Yeah, chat pointing out that with half magic, So will be able to use Fire Rod against Cold Stare, while Sabo's going to have to use Master Sword and Hammer.
I really liked that bomb setup there for those penguins. You just placed the bomb and threw a bomb, and down the penguins go. I don't think I've seen that one before, and that was really cool.
And we can also see, though, that even just being able to use the Fire Rod rather than Bombos against the Freezors is saving So a bit of time.
Yeah, Bombos animation definitely takes longer than the Fire Rod.
Yeah, now we're in the part of the dungeon that you don't see that often now that Icebreaker's a thing.
Right. It's always so impressive to me when they're able to do those, set up the two skeletons with the one bomb like that. I've tried to do that and I just can't get it.
Yeah, I've never gotten it to work either.
And this bomb jump that they also make look extremely easy is so hard.
Yeah, but definitely nice that they both got it first try.
Right. You see some more bomb setups here for these penguins. Same with sab0tender. Very nice.
It looked dicey there for a moment for Sabo. Oh, and a nice staircase clip by So.
Yeah. See how Sabo handles the room.
Yeah, we don't have a big key, so that's going to be a little bit annoying because we don't have a hook shot to clip across, so we're going to have to get at the big chest the vanilla way if we want to check it. And yeah, we can see that just by, having the fire rod and slightly cleaner execution, so is now a couple rooms ahead of Sabo despite entering the dungeon second.
Chat pointing out that Tso is down to 1 bomb, so hopefully he doesn't use it on accident or use it somewhere and not able to get into the big chest area.
Yeah, and we haven't been finding too many items, so chances are the big chest has one. Nope, just the other small key. Which also confirms that the game isn't expecting us to have Cane of Samaria here.
Right. It has been a while since I've seen Ice Palace done like this.
Now, slightly different routing here for getting to Ice Tea Room for each of them. They'll kind of be converging on it. That was, I guess, the other mail upgrade. Actually, we're getting kind of high on hard containers. I don't think that's high enough, though, for it to be a hard container.
Yeah. So, well, we've already seen 2 green 20s, haven't we? Or was that our third green 20? I think. I can't quite remember if that was our third green 20 or our second. If it was our second.
What is Sabo doing? He's gonna. Yeah, he just turned around. Okay. That was unfortunate. Yeah, you can't really go through there without a hook shot. And I think even so, there's a one-way door involved.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to remember. I think I've seen somebody bomb jump. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the free bomb jump direction, though. Sabo, you already have the chest. You don't need to bombos the freezors again.
Maybe he just really dislikes them. Alright, meanwhile, Tso is fighting Cold Stare with that Master Sword. He's out of Fire Rod shots now, but he's already 2 down, 3 down. There they go. Wow. Makes it look so easy.
Nice clean kill, didn't take any sort of a hit.
And that was just a red 20 there.
So, Ice Palace, a total bust, but it does give us a crystal and we don't need to come back.
Absolutely. Alright, where do you think he'll go next?
I was just about to say, I'm wondering when one of these runners will check Meyer.
Right, yeah, you mentioned that earlier on that, they've had access to checking the Meyer area for a while.
We don't have a mirror, so it's only 2 items in Meyer's shed and knowledge of what it'll take to get into Meyer. And if we can get into Meyer, we can do everything except the boss. Hey, there's our tempered sword.
Uh-oh. Is he hovering?
Oh, wow. Nice job.
Well done. And hover right back.
Sabo having quite a bit more trouble on the Cold Stare fight, but he did get some goo, so he should be good.
I like it.
And yeah, with that Cane of Burna, Spike Cave is in logic. Question is, does it have anything? So enabled fast beeping.
Yeah, I think Sabo's fight with Cold Stare took a little longer just because he didn't have the fire rod to shoot at them earlier on, so he had to do it all with that Master Sword. Whereas Tso got a few fire shots in, I think.
So,
There's that Meyer area. Well, sort of.
oh, yeah, we're going to see the Light World side because we haven't seen Agena yet. And again, both runners converging on the same general area.
So checked Spike Cave before go. It's Ether.
Okay, Meyer's Ether, so Tso is spared for the moment. Actually, yeah, we might not even need TR, so we might not even need Bombos this seed.
Wow, man. Meyer Shed was junk.
Okay, where's... Oh yeah, Sabo is going into Meyer, or thinking about going into Meyer.
Diggy.
What is so? Oh, did
Bomb. For bomb?
I don't know. I mean, all you're gonna do here is Meyer Shed and then go into Meyer when you discover it's Ether.
Oh, that's right. He went to Agena and didn't have a bomb. So.
Oh.
And chat is saying the mirror is probably there, so.
It would be there, wouldn't it?
It's very possible.
So let's see what we got in Meyer. Always annoying that there are only 2 items in here and you really have to dig for them a lot of the time.
Yeah. Some nice drops there from those. We got a full magic refill, a fairy.
But yeah, we are kind of running out of places to go. Of course, what it's gonna be is, yeah, the progression's on Agena, and they could have gotten it at any point earlier in the game.
Green Pendant Pod has also been there this whole time, so.
Sabo doesn't have a fire source.
You're right. He never went to Skull Woods. And that's a rude place to have a fire rod in a pendant Skull Wood.
And we still haven't seen the lamp. That could be basically anywhere because the only thing we've seen it lock so far has been Bombos, and we haven't needed Bombos. Oh!
There is the mirror.
Oh my, so the big key is on left side. Yeah, the big key's vanilla, so Sabo's gonna have to go back and get it at some point. And this lack of a fire source could be trouble unless the lamp shows up here in Desert.
Now, did Sabo check Checkerboard Cave, or did he just go straight into Desert? I missed it.
He just went straight into Desert.
Okay.
Desert's boots locked, but we don't care.
I'm sorry, I chuckled that chat said, I care.
Okay, going right. The question is there 1 item or 2 over here? Because if both items are over here, Sabo can just do Landmo whenever. No, right. Landmo has an item. That could be big.
Hard container there, but he cannot go back to Lamo until he finds a fire sword.
Yeah, where are you going, Sabo? You don't have a fire source. That's why you didn't do the fire-locked side of...
Did he leave a portal in the back? I think he might be going back to his portal.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Wait, no, I thought he went in the front door. Is he doing Desert Ledge? He never checked Desert Ledge, that's what it is. So checked Desert Ledge when he first came through, but...
That's what it was, okay. So Desert Ledge.
That makes sense, but now he's lost his portal, though he can always just flute back to 6.
Yeah, that's not the worst portal to lose, I guess. But he'll be able to check Agina. So
I feel like it might have been faster to grab his portal and then mirror again by Desert Ledge.
Okay, checkerboard is hard container, which sab0tender did not check, correct?
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, the mirror was clearly our progression. We now have all of Death Mountain. Well, all of Light Death Mountain and some of Dark Death Mountain in Logic.
Yeah, including that first chest and hookshot cave where I found the hookshot in before, so.
But again, speaking of hookshot, Sabo's lack of a fire source could be problematic in Hera if the big key is vanilla because we can't Hera pot.
Yep. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but did Tso mirror out of desert accidentally? Like, he was pretty early on in it, but I think he mirrored.
Yeah, I missed that. But I definitely want to see what Lanmos has. Yeah, if Lanmos has the hook, that could be big for Tso.
Could be. Same thing with the, like, if we need to go to Hera basement.
Sabo, I think, is gonna want his tempered sword. And he can't hover, so he has to go the long way. They'll probably bomb jump back.
Well, pretty soon we'll be able to see what is on Lanmolis. So is about to go into that boss fight.
Oh, Sabo not trying the bomb jump. Huh.
Very. Oh, just missed that last fire rod shot on the third worm there. And just bombs, so...
Okay, so Sabo's not in trouble yet for not having a fire source because when he goes back to finish Mire, he can just mirror and finish Desert.
Right. So the hunt is still on.
Okay, Sabo in luck here.
The only way you'll have to worry is if there is an item down there.
He's not even bothering with map chest. I guess it doesn't matter. You have to go upstairs anyway. You might as well hope you can find both items and never have to do map chest.
Yeah, makes sense.
So 3 checks up here. Can we get both items?
It's one.
Sabo is definitely not in a bomb jumping mood today.
That's one of those bomb jumps that if you happen to not get it, it kind of sets you behind. You fall down no levels.
Yeah.
Oh, looks
Ooh.
like there's an item in the basement.
Not
Oh, well,
necessarily.
no, it could be the map chest. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the basement, map chest, and Moldorm. 2 out of the 3 have items.
Right.
So I expect So to go up the mountain now.
Very quick shoulder and fight. This is one of my least favorite bosses. I fall off usually 10 or 12 times. But that is one item. I
Nice.
like that.
Yeah, nice swag there.
That is perfect, especially with this sprite. That was really cool. I like that. All right, let's see if that map chest has that other item. Otherwise, he'll have to keep it in his mind that the basement. And it is. All right.
We're good.
So don't have to come back to Hera. Continue with the mountain checks. Now there's a lot of items over here on this side. You know, there's Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave, and Super Bunny Cave. All these caves. And well, it looks like we're going to see what TR medallion entrance is.
Though, regardless, without that cane, we're not doing anything in TR, but hey, if you can open it, might as well open it now.
Good to have the knowledge. It's also Ether. So Bombo's medallion was just completely not required.
Except that so far it bailed out Sabo since he hasn't found the fire rod.
It did. It gave him access to Ice Palace without the fire rod. So.
And So here executes that bomb jump very nicely. So we've got 2 here in Super Bunny Cave. We've got that one bonkable chest and hook shot, and then we got...
There's the King of Samaria.
Oh. I mean, we need that, but I wonder if that'll tempt either runner in Dependent TR.
Ooh, that's a good point. Oh.
Did Sabo not check the chest and hookshot cave?
I didn't see. I don't remember him doing that.
Yeah, I guess he can circle back up in Paradox Cave, and if the hookshot still hasn't struck, hey, 4th bottle!
Wow, all the bottles early on, nice. Well, I guess at this point it's not necessarily early on anymore, but...
Still, you don't always find all 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sabo can go back up through Paradox, and as chat's saying, maybe he'll find the hookshot here and be able to do all of Hookshot Cave at once.
Right, that would definitely make it. There's a book.
So you can check Ether tablet while you're up here.
Alright.
And we still haven't found a bow.
There's that hookshot. It's exactly like the prediction. Wow.
So that'll put Swamp in play.
That also kind of makes Turtle Rock a little more attractive too. I mean, it's not really required for Turtle Rock, but it's just kind of nice.
Well, Sabo's a bit less likely to get baited into TR without the fire rod, since he could very quickly find himself locked out of it. So we'll be able to finish the entire dungeon if he really wants that pendant.
At this point, we're really looking for the bow.
Yeah, we're bow from no mode, and Sabo needs a fire source.
Right. So, and that could be a lamp somewhere too. It doesn't necessarily have to be that fire rod that's in.
Well, Depends on where the GT big key is.
Right, there's that too. You're right. Oh man.
So
I always forget
Sabo's...
about the things GT locks. Ooh.
Now this is going to be interesting. Sabo could at any point be locked out because he doesn't have the fire rod. At a minimum, he can check compass chest.
I mean, you know, it doesn't take that much extra time to just come in here and check it.
Right, and you got the mirror, so getting out is easy. Oh boy. Down the rabbit hole we go. I mean, if the bow shows up, it'll pay off great.
Yeah. Lamp could work. So if the lamp and the bow are in here, that could really pay off. Of course, like you said, you know, the GT big key is locked with the fire rod then.
Now,
Okay.
yeah, you need small keys all the way down and the big key to be vanilla. What does Sabo do? Oh, he's
just taking
taking... Yeah, to refill his health. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can now officially say that So is bow away from go mode. But you gotta wonder where that lamp is, because as far as the game's concerned, it's locking Eastern and Meyer.
Yeah.
But let's see what's on Ether Tablet here.
Oh, like so. Well, he's gonna open it. I wonder if he'll go in, and he can go much further.
Sabo had a bit of trouble with quick swap there. And I'm guessing he'll finish up with Spike. Yeah, but is So gonna go in? And if so, is there anything in TR? This could make or break the game. I mean,
Yeah, it really could. If the bow is in here, that's it, right?
well, we could have something crazy, because remember, these runners can now full clear Swamp. It could be that one bow's in TR and one bow's in Swamp.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Because I've certainly seen enough races where each runner finds a different bow.
Yeah, I always forget that, you know, just because it's, you know, no silver arrows doesn't actually mean that you can't find both bows.
It's So forgetting he has the fire rod, though. He skipped the fire locked side.
Sure. But
Yeah, he just forgot, and now he's doubling back.
he's remembering.
And Sabo, interestingly, is going to do Bombos as a one-off check. No one's turned in the purple chest yet.
He might be going into Swamp after this.
Yeah, it's just interesting he didn't combine it with a purple chest turn-in.
Purple chest, yeah. If it's in purple chest this whole time, I think both of them will feel bad once they get there.
Oh, and So is going to have to use an invincibility item. He's got the Cane of Burnout. Oh, and he does not want to go further in. Interesting.
Blue guy, I think he's following the swamp direction that Sabo's going, or... Oh, he's going to finish up Meyer.
Interesting. Because we've gotten both items out of it, so we know there's no more progression here. So you could really do this anytime and, you know, hope you pick up the lamp in the process and don't have to navigate the dark rooms.
Meyer was one of the 5-6 crystals, right? But where?
Oh, yeah.
Desert, the other one?
Hera was,
Hera.
I believe, the other. So, yes,
Okay.
this does open Pyramid Fairy.
Okay.
Still an interesting play for 2 checks when Swamp has 6.
Yep, I can't tell you how many times I've done Swamp and being like, well, there's 6 there, it's a denser location, and it just doesn't. Well, look at that hover. Oh my gosh. Oh my
That is.
gosh.
That's certainly the fastest way to get through.
Oh, that's right. He still has no lamp. He's doing this dark room.
So, a lamp and a bow in Swamp would bail out Sabo. Otherwise, we'll have to see what Tso finds on Pyramid Fairy. Okay, that map means there's minimum 1 item left side. And we are going left. And we are doing diver down. Or not. Okay.
I've seen some people, they can do the diver down in the north room, but not this room as well.
So showing us some nice NMG strats for dealing with Vitreous. Oh no! I think I just cursed him.
Oof, that's rough. That green melt, it's surprising when, you know, it's hard to notice when your hearts are low and you just take so much damage.
Yeah, that lightning, that goo, all takes a lot out of you.
Picking up those extra hearts this time.
Yeah.
I think he has the safeties in the bottles, but it's just, you know.
Yeah, we definitely found like a red and a green, I think. I know Saba went and actually bought potions, but I think we found a couple as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of buying potions, Saba can now buy a whole lot more. Hey, that could have been our 4th sword or something.
Still bail out. But this is a crystal, so, you know, it has to be done. The only downside is if So gets go mode, then he'll be able to go mode Swamp Palace, which is significantly faster than full clearing it.
Right, that would require a vanilla bow on Pyramid Fairy. Statistically, it's still more likely to have one here in Swamp.
Yeah. Or as we discussed earlier, that purple chest is still booming.
Yeah, which no one's been in a rush to check.
And then Pod has been available this whole time as well.
Who wants to do Pendant Pod? And still no bow even.
Wow. Another green 20 from Sabo there.
Maybe he's maxed out on heart container, on like full heart containers.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Especially if he hasn't found the Sanctuary Heart.
Okay, so Argus will have an item, and then Sabo, without a fire source and without a bow, is going to be locked out of the remaining crystal dungeons.
Forced to choose between any remaining overworld locations and all pendants.
Yeah, we still have stuff like Cave 45 and Graveyard Ledge because of where we got the mirror.
Right. So we'll probably see the Pyramid Fairy from So, and I'm curious where sab0tender will go after this. what this item is.
Very nice Argus kill. Oh!
It's a lamp. All right. Okay.
So, okay, Sabo can now finish Mire in Desert easily. He'll probably do that, and that'll then give him Pyramid Fairy access.
Right.
He sees
Looks
that
like-
Mire's Vanilla 6 crystal. Sabo, you want a mirror and then flute.
Wait, did So actually go to the Pyramid Fairy?
No, looks like for all that he's doing Mire first.
Just going straight to Swamp. Okay.
Swamp, yes.
Oh, I understood it as the Swamp. I don't know which.
Swamp, Mire.
I know what you
similar
meant.
concepts.
Right, they're the same thing, right?
So just to remind everyone, Sabo is mostly bailed out, but if the GT Big Key is in Compass Room, since we've seen him reluctant to bomb jump, I don't think he'd bomb jump to like the torches you need to do to get to Compass Room, and he'd be searching for the Fire Rod. So there's an 18 and 22 chance that he's okay.
So where does that put them in terms of the race? I mean, I know there's this. The bow is still out there somewhere. I think sab0tender is going to be able to finish Desert Palace real quick and finish Mire real quick, and so we'll be finishing up Swamp, possibly around the same amount of time.
Yeah, there are 2 items on left side Swamp, so I expect So to do that at this point with so few places left to check. Oh, right. Sabo doesn't have Fire Rod. He can't do the quick kill here. But he does have Ice Rod, which is an only slightly slower kill. It does the same damage to Landmo. You just have to deal with the animation being a lot slower. So it can throw off your timing.
There we go. That's right. It is bow mode at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the lamp, it makes it quite a bit more likely that that bow is in pod.
That's true. Yeah.
It could also be in TR.
It could still be in TR this whole time.
I mean, for all we know, the second bow's in GT, and there's only one bow that you can get before beating Armos.
I am secretly hoping that they find 2 separate bows.
So has not yet done left side Swamp, right? I don't think there's any way he could have gotten back here this quickly with doing left side.
To answer another question in chat, I think both items were found in Swamp without needing to go to the back. So,
In Skullwoods, you mean?
Skullwoods, yeah, in Skullwoods.
But we can now check Ped, and
That's true.
oh, but that's moot because you need to go to finish pod. So
Right.
Ped is dead.
All right, wow. Do you think he'll go back in for left side Swamp here?
I would think so, but you never know. Yeah.
Chat mentioning that it would be funny if the second bow is on pedestal.
Yes, the second bow can literally be anywhere in the game.
It's good. I love how chat is always hoping for pet, even if it's not a true pet. It's still that's fine.
Yeah, so I have to imagine both of our runners will converge on Pyramid Fairy after they finish their current dungeons.
Yeah, it's looking like.
Sabo does know that he's gotten both items. He knows the big chest is nothing, so he can skip that. Okay, fine, you literalists in chat. The second bow can be in literally any item location that we haven't already checked.
I just wanted to say, while they're kind of going over each other's footsteps here, doing the thing the other has already done, if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, definitely give these runners a follow. sab0tender and Tso, they're both excellent, as you can see. Also, feel free to give us commentators and the tracker a follow. Drossi is awesome. There's me and Jaxie, who has been tracking this entire time and doing an amazing job. And also the SpeedGaming channel. There's SpeedGaming, the main channel, all the way through 6.
And for the runners, at least, you can just, you know, their Twitch names are just take off the seed number and the hyphen from the beginning of what's displaying.
All right, here's sab0tender coming into the Vidi fight. And he's doing a strat that I like to do as well, and that's turn on the cape and dash back and forth. Take out those smaller eyeballs real quick.
Ooh, right. He has no bow to do this the way you normally hope to do it, the vanilla way.
Right.
And that is a lot of tempered slashes. How did Tso do it? I didn't even notice.
He also did the tempered slashes.
I mean, that's what the game expects you to do. Okay, so our runners are really tied right now. Tso has maybe a minute lead and a fire rod. Ooh, screen transition too early, but he makes up for it and dupes that bomb. Oh, and Sabo never did checkerboard cave.
Right.
Oh, but Tso never did catfish, so if the boat isn't here, he might wind up going over there.
There's Greg and a heart piece. Wow, Pyramid Fairy was a bait.
Oh, Tso is mirroring. That's a little bit surprising. I was thinking maybe he'd do like catfish and graveyard ledge, but no, where's he going next?
I expected that as well. Oh, Zora, I don't know if you checked Zora. No, wait, that was not.
Purple chest?
Oh, yeah.
Purple chest, K45, and Bombos tab, I guess. Oh, and is Sabo just doing K45 as a one-off? I'm surprised he wouldn't, like, group it with purple chest. Just a bloomerang.
I would jinx you there, but I don't know if that's allowed.
So now, oh, did Sabo never do? I guess he never did Stumpy.
Did he do the digging game?
Yeah, because he did that right before he got Smith.
Okay.
So, where the heck is that bow? Is it gonna be something disgusting like Potter TR?
Yeah, at this point, it's really looking like Potter TR are all that's left. I mean, we saw the 2 items in Skull Woods. And we've seen pretty much all of the overworld locations.
Yeah.
Now, which one do you do? I mean, I personally would probably go ahead and gamble pod at this point.
So I think we've. Oh no, we haven't seen Graveyard Ledge.
I thought. No, I thought.
No, we got the Mirror 2 recently. No one's been out
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
But
They did,
I believe Graveyard Ledge is literally the only thing we haven't seen where the first bow could be besides Pod and TR.
I think you're right.
And I think Sabo's running over to Graveyard Ledge here, and so is making for Pod. No, where's... Oh, Sabo's making for Pod too. We have convergence.
All right. This is, it's just so crazy how with all of the difference in routing that they've done, that they're both coming to the same place at almost the exact same time.
Yeah, so now the interesting question is Pod logically bow locked? Because if so, you probably leave and try to find the logical bow, even if there happens to be a second bow out of logic in the back of Pod.
Right. I think that makes sense. It's like.
So we have differing points of view in chat whether you leave when you find it bow locked or you YOLO Pod.
I mean, I like the idea that you check it. If it's bow locked, then that leads you to TR. It makes TR guaranteed to have a bow, whereas Pod is still not guaranteed. You know what I mean?
TR or Graveyard Ledge. Oh, but it is not bow locked.
It's not bow
locked.
So it could just be anywhere here.
Okay, second key, so on to Vanilla Big Key Chest.
What are the chances of Pod being bow locked? Because with the amount of small keys in the front, it's guaranteed to have at least 4, right?
Right, but could have 5 or 6. And then there's also the logical bow locking depending how many keys are right side. But that's 3 keys here, so very unlikely there are 2 keys on right side which would logically bow lock the back. Big key, so we presumptively have access to the whole back, but so wants out.
Oh. Interesting.
Sabo's going for the back. Maybe, but it seems odd to... You're not expecting items in the front of Pod, so it seems odd to go there, get all those keys, and then not do the back.
Right. Well, we'll see. Sabo's finishing off the back here. That's 100 rupees. So not... Yeah, there's still plenty of remaining checks here. Seeing what Graveyard Ledge is now.
So that's 5 keys. So this is all logically accessible because you can have 1 key on the bow locked side and not make the back bow locked because you would need the bow to get at the locked door in the basement. Did Sabo skip Harmless Hellway?
He did.
That's a guaranteed item.
There it is. Oh my gosh, that's go mode for sab0tender.
That is 18-20 seconds of go mode for sab0tender just before 123. He will be getting his 7th crystal though.
Jump out of there for the Graveyard Legend Catfish checks. So Wow, these races are so crazy.
So regarding chat, since we know there has to be a fourth key in the front of pod, we know that there was a small key on the bow locked side, so Harmless Hellway has to not be a key. So basically, if you're rooting for So, at this point, you are hoping that the GT big key is in Compass Room.
Or if he were to find another bow very quickly in TR.
And in the interview, we will ask the runners to give us a dissertation on pod key logic. Now, the other thing about Sabo not having a fire rod, even if the big key isn't in Compass Room, that first torch room upstairs in GT is a bit tricky if you're doing it with lamp.
Yeah, that's right. I like those sword beam attacks on the Armos Knights there.
But hey, as Sabo has a little bit of trouble not quite getting the quick kill, that is his 7th crystal, so we have a little game we like to play. Smirk, would you like to tell us about it?
So we are about to enter GT. We're going to go through 22 checks, and in one of those checks there can be a big key to progress up Ganon's tower. We like to throw our guesses into chat, and if you get the right number, you get a prize. Maybe?
You get fabulous internet points.
That's a prize. So get your guesses in the chat now. What would you like to guess, Drossi?
I put in 10. That's kind of my usual guess if I can get it in before anyone else does.
Oh my. Well, I'm going to put in... Ooh. I want to put in 18 because that's enough that he can check all 18, but it doesn't mean he's locked out.
18 effectively means tile room at this point.
It will be 18 for sab0tender, but 22 for Tso.
Yeah. Yeah, and sab0tender will be the first into GT, so we'll go by his count, even if it does wind up being in Compass Room.
I really enjoyed that little circle to get into that portal there.
That was a weird blip on Sabo's screen.
Yeah. The fire rod was in Skullwoods. Chat.
So here we go with
Small key.
Yeah, so that's 2.
Yeah, this is rough for So. I'm feeling bad for him as well. It's just like, oh no, because he was in pod and he just didn't go back there.
Yeah, other bow on Laser Bridge would bail him out big time.
Yeah. Okay, so but that was 3 for sab0tender on the big key count. Here will be 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4 is bombs. 5 is another small key. 6 is sticks. 7 is the mushroom. Do you think he'll go back for that?
Yeah, we got 2 of our fetch quests so early, and there's finally our 3rd fetch quest. Meanwhile, So making for Laser Bridge. 4 checks here and 1 on Trinex. Of course, one of these checks has to be a small key.
I almost counted that as 9. There's 9. That's a small key.
Here's Rando Room. Here's my number coming up. Speaking of small key, of course it's at the bottom of Laser Bridge. So needs to watch his health, though he does, of course, have powder.
10 was a big 20, 11 was a heart container, 12 and 13 were just some more rupees. This is starting to look a little scary.
Yeah, the odds favor at this point it being in either compass room or tile room. That's slightly more likely than it being Bob's chest or vanilla room.
They're trying to come behind Strat. Looks like he took that down real quick. Wow. So that was, wait, 13, right?
Yeah, and this is going to be 14, Bob's chest. Surprised he doesn't want to just powder Bob. And a not very fun fight of Ice Armos with wooden arrows. And TR comes up a total bust for So.
So here we're going to go 15, another red. There it is. 16.
Okay, finally. Sabo is bailed out.
Sabo is bailed out of that one. Whoever guessed 16, you have won.
Ms. Julie Winters, congratulations. As well as to Kragon88 and Ham Slamwich.
Wow, 3 people got that. Nice.
Fortunately, Sabo has just enough arrows left after that Ice Armos fight to get him through these 2 mimic rooms. Oh, So is now gonna, because he knows that there's an item in the vanilla big key chest in Eastern, he's gonna find his bombos now.
Bombos, right. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to ask him about why he left Pod.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was confused about the key logic, that's all I can think.
All right, and sab0tender is going up. GT and those little jumping Staphoses are evil. Meanwhile, So is over here. He's about to get his Bombos medallion and see that that was the 3rd item. And mirror out. So let's see if he goes back to Pod here, or where he chooses to go now.
Sabo struggling a bit in the gauntlet here, but not actually losing too much health over it, which is good.
I mean, he's doing really well with those ice physics. He's just running around.
And out of the gauntlet.
There we go.
Okay, so will finally get his bow.
I think he meant to powder that and accidentally put a bomb there. Very nice. I love getting that bounce spin on the Lambos. I think So is going to have a moment when he goes back here and realizes the bow was back here all along. All right, so it's been a while since I've seen somebody do not this room but the following room with just the lamp and no fire rod. So,
Sabo, you don't have the fire rod. Oh boy. Just go out and reset.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, yeah, he got it. And with the boots, he can get through in time. And So is about to get his go mode once he gets through the dark maze.
There we go. There is So's go mode at 135.18.
So that's like a solid 12 minutes after Sabo.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I guess the pod key logic caused him to leave pod before checking the back, and then he went and did all of the other checks that were available.
The hour of destiny. I'm sure that single hour will really help Sabo in these fights when silvers aren't in the seed. Or rather, they are. They're just on planet Zebus, right?
He got 2 there for that first cycle. 1, 2. Was that 3? I couldn't tell.
Neither could I. It's one of those you never quite know.
Okay,
I guess it was
just been 2.
I mean, triple double is still nice and respectable. Very respectable.
Absolutely. Mine are usually like 0, 1. They're like binary.
And apologies to chat, but Sabo doesn't have usable audio today. He was having issues with his audio during setup, so we're not able to provide that.
Yeah, I don't know if So will make it to GT by the time Sabo finishes, just because he has to finish off this and then he has to climb the mountain again. Meanwhile, sab0tender has already started his fight with Ganon. He's already on his one.
Ooh, took a trident to the face, though.
On green mail, those hurt.
And there's So's.
There we go. Got the cape out, ready to go.
Crystal. So might actually get big key 20th because he has that fire rod and there was a small key in Hope Room.
Tender finishing up phase 3 of Ganon here, while So is doing the hook speed to get up the mountain faster. Or get to the right side.
Sabo is even healthy enough that he could withstand a Ganon hug.
Yeah, just enough hearts there, huh? Looks like 9 hearts.
Yeah. So he should be in good shape, though this will go a little bit slower just because it's very hard to get triples off of Ganon when you don't have the fire rod. He has to set up in just the right place. This one might be a triple.
Yeah, like... And 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so when he sets up on the bottom and you can get over to him pretty quickly, you can get a triple, but certainly if he sets up on the top, you're not getting a triple. Oh, and that time I think was only a single.
Right. So I think it was single, triple, single so far. So he's got 7 left. There's 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, he keeps getting whacked. He needs to watch out.
2, 3, 4 left. So maybe I should actually be counting the.
Yeah, so that's 8.
That was 8. So now 9.
That's 9.
10. 2 more. So it did make it into GT. Well, 11 and 12. Down goes the bacon pig.
Okay, get your GGs in chat.
Ooh, GG's for sab0tender. Looks like his time is going to be.
So sab0tender takes the first of this best of 3 with an official race time of 1:39:31.
sab0tender. Meanwhile, So is looking for that big key. He just started his big key hunt down here.
Yes, did he go left first? I guess so. Yeah, he's going to take a while because he's got the mirror out. He's going to go right, and then he'll have to come back unless he does True Dark Magician, which is going full right at this point. But we are joined by sab0tender. GG, dude.
Whoa, oh my goodness, thank you.
GG, sab0tender.
Yeah, right on. Thanks.
How are you feeling about that fire ride?
Yeah, I feel pretty lucky today. I think Tso's a really great opponent, so I knew I was in tough. I don't know. I thought I made some like weird plays that I wouldn't normally do, but I don't know. What a weird sea just in general. Like it seems like Tso and I were kind of talking after the race here, and it was key logic that got him, and like, man, good thing I don't know key logic very well.
Oh, that's what it is. I see.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. That sounds like
it's a weakness, but I guess in this case it was a bit of a strength. It kind of worked out. I'm all about like the feel, I guess. I try and do item logic the best I can, and I just kind of try and feel what the seed is telling me, and that's not the way to play this game. I mean, you should know key logic. But that was why I went for the silly like mire dive, for the mirror there. I was like, okay, like there's only 2 items in here. I haven't been to pod at all. Pod's like, statistically the better play, I guess. But I was like, look, let's do something silly. Maybe there's something hanging out in here.
Well, you got bailed out big time by that lamp on Argus.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. I was trying to figure out where that lamp was the entire because my fire source was missing, obviously, and I didn't grab the fire rod, which was in Skullwoods.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That was one of the pieces of the puzzle that I was like, where is this? Like I've unlocked a couple of other things, but like I feel like I'm not quite in logic. There's a piece that I'm missing here, and it was the fire rod, I guess, logically that was going to get you access to most things. But yes, seeing that lamp, I was like, oh, okay, and let's keep going.
That's awesome. I thought it was really interesting because you guys had a lot of variation in the way you approached your routing and your decisions on where to go, but you ended up converging, especially towards the end at pod, and it was so close. Like you both went into pod like almost at the same time. Ooh. And then, I think So got in there just a little before, but then he bounced out, I guess, because of key logic, and you continued and got that bow. So it's just so crazy how you guys took totally different paths for a lot of things and just ended up at the same place.
That's interesting that was the kind of like the big convergence point. There's probably like other spots that could have been, but yeah, I mean, it sounds like we split off. And you could definitely, this seed was pretty wide open until I guess this choke point of a bow that we were both waiting for. I didn't have too much else on the plate to do outside of pod at that point in the run. So I was like what am I gonna do? Like bail and go for like graveyard ledge or something? Like I don't want to do that. So I mean, whatever happens. I'm just gonna keep diving into this dungeon. I wasn't paying attention to key logic, and so it worked out, I guess. So I guess it's like, go ahead.
You did skip Harmless Hellway. That was a bit surprising. And not remarking, so does not have arrows for going upstairs unless it can mimic clip.
Uh-oh.
It's down to one.
That's rough.
I think he just realized.
I think he's trying the mimic clip.
Nice. Yes, Harmless Hellway.
Right.
So is there an item in there? Because my stupid brain was like, oh, there's a key in there. Don't go in there. You're just wasting your time.
No, the one remaining key was bow locked, which is acceptable because if only one key is bow locked, and of course shooter room chest has to be a small key, then the game knows you can't open the bow locked door on the way to Helma because you don't have the bow, so all the key requirements are one fewer than they'd otherwise be.
Okay. I am not gonna remember that because if I do remember it, it's gonna somehow bite me in the butt at some point. So I'm just gonna out my brain right now. No, makes sense, but.
So that saved you.
Yep,
that it wasn't in Harmless Hellway.
Yeah, because that definitely would have been a case where I would have never thought to go back there because I would have assumed that was a key. So. It could have swung either way right there. If the bow was in that chest instead of big chest, then completely different race, That's random.
Your out of logic bombos wound up saving you. It looked like it might have been the whole race until So got the fire rod, but sure saved you.
Yeah, that was another call early on in the race where Moon Pearl comes up first chest, and it's like, you should just bail. Just get out of there. You got the whole Dark Worlds, But I feel like there was maybe a race I did at some point where there, like the very next chest was another good item. And so I'm like, okay, you're already in here. Just go for it. And the bombos, I was like, oh, like TR, Misery Mire, it could be, that would be pretty nice. It turns out it was not. And the only thing that got me was Ice Palace, and Ice Palace was a bust. So, but I guess it did, in a way, kind of save me. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out real quick, So just went through that Lammo 2 fight, and that was really cool what he did there with the Canis Maria. I think he missed it just barely, but that was really impressive.
I'm surprised with half magic he didn't just use his magic.
Something I also didn't do
swag.
there. That was a pretty nice what he just did.
Well,
there,
you didn't have the fire rod, so Ice Rod Lammo's a bit tougher.
Yeah.
Speaking of swag, I just wanted to make a point that I was really, really impressed with. I think it was in Tower of Hera after Troll Dorm. You threw out the boomerang while you were collecting the crystal. And especially with your sprite, I was just so happy about that.
I love throwing the boomerang and getting it stuck in midair there. That's fun. If I can smash through freaking quick swap to get to it, I try to.
That was awesome. I really like that, especially your sprite, Silva with the boomerang, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm playing Legend of Mana.
It's perfect. Totally.
Great. All right, he is hovering once again, not clearing Moldorm 2. He's just going for it.
Oh yeah, Saba, we noticed you seem to have a bit of an aversion to bomb jumps, except for IPVJ.
Yes. Which ones did I miss? Probably all of them.
Well, yeah, you didn't attempt the Spec Rock one. You didn't attempt the Tower of Hera one to get the big chest.
I'm just too scared of them. I mean, it's honestly why I am ranked where I am. You know, like I don't know, I don't have confidence in all of the like real swag moves, and so I mean I play consistently, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm just not going to try because it's probably going to lead to a time loss for me. So don't do it. You know, like that, especially that Hera one. Like I'm never doing that. You know, I've spent time grinding it, and like it's maybe 50-50 or so, but like. Oh man, that bad side of that 50, you know, like you're dropping down 2 floors, don't want it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like save 12 seconds or lose a minute.
Yeah.
I believe
And it would
that.
lose me the minute, and I'd be pretty upset about that.
So on expectation, you should only try it if you can do it 5/6 of the time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's got to be very high percent. And if you can't, no, just don't. If you're me, at least.
It looks like we got So here in his Ganon fight. Doing some dash poke strats here.
Yeah, always a nice way on tempered. You do need 12 hits here. 2 fire bats. No.
No fairy.
I was about to say 1 fire bat, he's got to be careful, and before I could even say that, he took the 2nd fire bat.
Yeah. All right, but he wasn't too far into it. Round 2. Go. Oh no!
Oh, again?
It sucks. You're at this point of the run.
Did he bonk the tree to get the fairy?
He didn't. He just jumped right back down. But it's that green mail. It's.
Yeah, no, right. Sabo, when you were fighting, you were at good health, and we even remarked that you could take a Ganon hug and still survive. And so going in like this, he's basically on Oko.
Yeah.
This is Oko here. Sabo came in with full health, I believe, and took 1 trident hit. It was.
The trident got me. Yeah.
I know you got a trident hit, and it brought you down to 9 hearts. Because we were remarking on how you were at 9 hearts, you could take a Ganon hug and still be fine. But you pulled out your cake, which is definitely. I like to do that in this mode.
Oh,
it's just so scary. It's so scary.
Totally.
And so is basically out of the woods here, phase 3.
Right on. He's got this.
He's got the fire rod, so he can get triples all the way down. Yeah, that was the other thing. You had to do lamp 4th phase.
It's true. I did get 1 triple though, so give me a little credit.
Oh, you did.
We gave you credit for it when it happened.
That was 2. I don't know if he did a triple for that one.
Yeah, he didn't get a triple that first time, but it looks like he's in good shape for a triple here.
Yeah, that's a triple. So that's 5.
Oh.
6. That one counted, right? Okay. I couldn't tell if that hit or not. I'm not sure where we're at. Is this 8 or 9? I don't know. 10? Oh, 12. Okay.
There we go.
Got it. There we go. Everybody get your GGs in chat for Tso. Representing Brazil over here.
Right on.
He's good people. He's an awesome runner. Just got a little bad luck with that pod play. But I think Tso and sab0tender were so close together. It was an amazing race. So GGs in chat for both of them. And we'll see if he'll be joining us today. There he is. GG, Tso.
GG.
Yo, GG, buddy. Tough one.
Yeah. I got played by small logic. I went there and I was like, I need 4 smalls on the left side, or else I'm not gonna go to the back. And when I found the BT, I was, well, I'm I'm out of here because I'm not gonna bet on the second logic ball inside pot since I got all of TR and some other stuff on the world, but I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, what it comes down to is one of the locked doors is also bow locked. So if you only have one small key on the bow locked side, it's canceled out by the bow locked door.
Yeah, I always when I'm on go mode, I forgot that we need the bow to hit the statue to access that locked door. And always when I'm hammer go mode, I forgot that we need the hammer to hit the pegs to get access to that door. So
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard.
It was a really close race until that bow, though. If Tso probably had a bit of an edge just because of that fire rod, but it was still really close.
Yeah, I think Tso did make it, or Tso made it into pod a little sooner, but then dipped out, and I think that was obviously the big thing there. We did get to see you show off some really cool swag, though. So we liked the hovering over Moldorm 2 and some of the other places you hovered over. That was really fun.
Yeah, it's a little time save since I thought the race was really close, so I tried to get all the time save that I could possibly get. But well, sometimes things just don't go right on the day.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Every match on this main tournament is gonna be a tough one, so I'm not too sad about the loss.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
you
sure.
guys know when
I'm sure. I'm sure you're gonna stomp me in the next two, buddy.
Nah.
I was just about to ask if you had scheduled the second.
We hadn't yet, but I can do maybe Wednesday, same time. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out my schedule, but
all right,
we're gonna. I think until Wednesday or Thursday maximum to get game 2 going.
Yeah,
just in case we get a game 3 for the weekend. So
yeah, right. That sounds like a good plan. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So yeah, while we're on that, and totally tied into that with Group Y, the other two racers, Andy and 1UP, are going to be facing off on the main SpeedGaming channel in just about 2 hours from now. So if you like seeing these guys race, you want to check out those guys, because the winner of this series plays the winner of that series, and likewise, the loser of this series plays the loser of that series. So it's a pretty tough and pretty hyped division, and we got a couple of special comms for it.
Yeah, I'll be jumping into the booth for that one with you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, buddy.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys have anything else you'd like to say about the seed or anything?
Not really. It was a goofy one, but it was all in all, it was kind of fun, I thought. And I just wanted to thank you guys for doing commentary. Really appreciate that, and Tracker as well, and all the setup behind the scenes. We really appreciate all that work you guys do.
Aw, thanks, man.
And of course, thanks to our runners again. And so if you want to go over, I know you have a Portuguese interview to do as well. So
yeah, just
I know you don't want to keep them waiting too much.
Yeah. Thank everybody for the restream, and GG Sabo, and better luck for me on next one.
Yeah, man, I want a close one next time. Let's do it.
Yeah, GG.
Right.
See ya.
Okay, so I think that'll do it for us in here. Yeah, thanks again to Jaxie, our tracker. Thanks to my co-com Smirk. It was awesome working with you. I'm glad we got to do this. Congrats really on your first time here.
Thank you, and thanks to you too.
Right on.
Yeah, that's well, first time for tournament comms. Yeah, this is probably my
Heck
fourth
yeah.
or fifth overall.
Sweet.
Thank you for helping me out with that, Jossie, and that was really awesome. And I also want to say thank you to Jaxie for the tracking. That was extremely well done. sab0tender, thank you once again. You have been, like, before I started comms or anything, you were one of the first runners I saw that I was just really inspired by. So
Anyone can play this game, man. That's the only takeaway you should take from my gameplay.
Oh my God.
Right on.
So I was very excited when it came up with another Brazilian, and you was one of my favorites. I immediately wanted to commentate for this one, and I just had
right on.
So thank you for showing us the awesome race.
Cool.
Thank you, chat, for being there with us today. You guys are awesome every single time, even though you're sadistic and you wish for pet seats.
Yeah, and if you want to get a full night's worth of rando watching, we have a match just getting underway on SpeedGaming Main, Killer App 23 versus Vortex of Doom. So you can hop on over there and check that one out. But yeah, I think that'll do it for us here. I guess at this point, let's let Tso's credits run out so we can see the important stuff, as it says.
But I just wanted to point out that collection rate 157 and 138. That's so fast. I can't wait till one day I can get somewhere near that.
Right on, man. You'll get there.
Yeah, and seeing Tso's big key count, Sabo, that fire rod actually saved you 4 checks because there was that small key in Hope Room. And yeah, look at that difference in collection rates there, and most of that is the bow.
Yeah. Wow, okay. That's impressive. Crazy race. And yeah, it was so close to pod. You guys were going there at the same time. I was just so excited. That was awesome. It was a really cool race.
And yeah, that'll now do it for us. Thanks again to our runners, and yeah, go check out SpeedGaming Main with that match getting underway.